What's up, Retro Warriors? Today we're blasting into the pixelated skies with a hidden gem from the Super Nintendo era, BlaZeon, the Bio-Cyborg Challenge. A horizontal shoot-'em-up with a twist, this one's got giant robots, strategic gameplay, and a soundtrack that absolutely shreds. Released in 1992 by Atlas, yep, that Atlas, BlaZeon starts off slow, like painfully slow. You pilot the Garuda fighter, and at first it feels like you're dragging a fridge through molasses. But hang in there, the genius of the game is in its mechanics, not its speed. The real hook, you can actually take over enemy cyborgs mid-battle. With a perfectly aimed tranquilizer beam, you can hijack enemy mechs and unleash their firepower as your own. Suddenly you're a giant walking cannon with a death laser. It's like Pokemon, but with missiles and body horror. But we've got to talk about the music. Holy synths of Saturn, this soundtrack in BlaZeon is amazing. Every stage has this gritty industrial vibe that makes you feel like you're piloting through a dystopian space opera. I swear, this soundtrack is criminally underrated. Visually, however, it's a mixed bag. The backgrounds are kind of bare bones, but the cyborg designs? Perfect. The whole game oozes this gritty cyberpunk aesthetic, like R-Type's weirder cousin that got into cybernetics. And I've got to say it again, the music, even the boss fight themes, have this dark, epic energy that makes you want to fistfight a vending machine. Seriously, crank this soundtrack and tell me you're not feeling like a cybernetic warlord. Did you know that BlaZeon was actually originally released in arcades in '92 on the Taito F3 system? The Super Nintendo version came later and was actually significantly downgraded in terms of visual speed and the number of available enemy cyborgs. Despite the soundtrack being awesome, the composer is actually unknown and uncredited in official materials. It's one of those lost to time mysteries. Some suggest that Taito's in-house musicians were behind it, possibly even Hisayoshi Agora, but there's no confirmation. The music is super moody and minimalist in parts, with echoey synths and slow tempos. It feels like an early precursor to vaporwave or synthwave, which is probably why retro music fans love it so much. There's also no ending, and the Super Nintendo version beating the final boss gives you a brief game over screen with almost no fanfare. No cutscene, no text, no nothing. It's like the game just shrugs and walks off. Re-releases? Nope. BlaZeon has never been re-released on modern consoles or collections as of 2025, which is wild considering Atlas and Taito's legacy. That makes it a true cartridge-only hidden gem. BlaZeon isn't perfect, it's slow, short, and a little rough around the edges, but it's got style. If you love shoot-'em-ups with brains or just want to vibe to one of the coolest Super Nintendo soundtracks ever, BlaZeon is worth checking out. Smash that like button, subscribe for more retro heat, and let me know in the comments what's your favorite underrated shooter. Until next time, keep your lasers charged and your beats blazing. Peace!